And I wasn't going to talk about this yet because it's just I didn't feel like it was necessary, but someone took my picture and they made a meme about me. So, what's going on, guys? It's Brian Pickwitz here at BB Fitness, and today is getting started late on this vlog. So what I've been doing is I've already, done my breakfast. I've already checked in with a lot of clients. I had actually one personal training client, and I'm going to talk about this today in this video. But I'm getting started with this vlog, so new camera for the week. I hope this doesn't come out of focus, but if it is, I apologize. But here we go. So, bad news is that I would usually have something cool here, but something just happened and I'm not that excited about it. So first off, I wasn't vlogging during this, but someone just hit my car. So this car that just got fixed just got hit again, and now I gotta get it fixed again. So I'll show you the damage. Here you go. So clean. Oh, look at that. Nice scratch marks. So I usually wouldn't care that much about something that small, but I'm trying to sell my car, so I kind of have to care a little bit. It's all right though. So I have to go get stuff done now, but the first thing we need to do is get something else. So hold on. So what's going on, guys? So I understand I'm in a different spot right now. Essentially what happened was the image came out blurry, so I had to reshoot it. I'm editing the vlog right now, but I wanted to give you guys this information. So what's going on is I got all of my emails, but more importantly, the products have been ordered, they're ready to launch. The shirts are going to come out next week or the week after. The website's ready to be launched at the same time, and the video for the website, which is going to promote everything, is ready to be done. It's completely done, and it's ready to be launched too, and it's perfect. So I want to tie you guys into this stuff. A lot of moving parts, a lot of things going on before we do this major push, but it's really exciting, and I wanted you to hear about it, and I wanted you to get the actual vlog footage good. I can't see myself in this new camera, so it's a little bit different. Hopefully I have mine back at the end of the week, but let's get back to the vlog. What's going on, guys? So I'm here at a meeting. I just had about 8 ounces of meat. Half of that was 96% lean turkey, and the other half of that was about 99% lean beef or something like that, one or the other. I think I said those backwards, but it doesn't matter. Then I had some white rice, and so what I want to talk to you guys about is what I do, because I think that a lot of people don't know. So here it goes. So what I do is I'm a fitness lifestyle coach, and what that means is I show people how to make this a lifestyle change, get results, and how to make it stick. I have a specific program that I've designed that is just 24/7 access to me. My phone, you get phone calls, you get all these different things. I have a specific program that I've laid out for my clients that's, I think, very unique. But I'm essentially trying to teach people not just how to get results, but why they're getting results. It's not a full nutrition plan, so it's not like I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, here's what carbs do in the body, and they break down into glucose, and you need glucose for this, and all those different kinds of things. I think that's too much for most people, but I try to break it down so they understand how to make healthy choices, be flexible, and make it a lifestyle change while getting great results with their training. And so I think that's a lot different than a lot of people. If you ever hear me talk, I'm not a personal trainer. I actually don't like a lot of personal trainers. That doesn't mean that people aren't good personal trainers out there. I think there's a lot of them. But because it's such an easy job to get into, and so there's such a high demand, there's a lot of bad ones. Like I've seen some trainers who just sit around on their phones and watch their clients train and, okay, we're gonna do the next exercise. And for me, when I do a personal training session, because I do offer that to some of my clients who need like a jump start into their online program, it's much more about getting them comfortable in the gym, understanding how to do the exercise, getting a great workout, but at the same time, getting comfortable. I don't think a lot of people are comfortable in the gym because they're afraid of being judged. And so I'm not a personal trainer. I am a different style of coaching. Now, I do compete in bodybuilding. That is my thing. But I think that a lot of times we look at certain things and we're like, oh, well, he's a trainer. And we want to put a brand on it. We put a label on it because it's a lot easier that way. But even though I'm doing a little more personal training right now, I think that it's easy to miss that step. So I just want to make that point in this video. And now I'm on to train someone. So with that note, in that hypocritical note, I guess we could call it that, I'm on a train. So here we go. So what's going on, guys? So we are back right now. I just got done training one of my clients. He's been doing really well. And like I said, I'm not a personal trainer, but I am having a good time training Mike. So he's been doing a really good job and putting in everything into this program. So a big shout out to Mike for absolutely crushing it. And now I've already had 2 calls today with potential leads, people who wanted to sign up for programs and follow-ups. And now I have another follow-up with another client. We already put his down payment on, so we're going to get him started, get him crushing it, and get him moving forward. So, but the next thing on this all, I got to be honest, guys, I haven't given you a whole lot of fitness. Been a lot of business stuff. So what we're gonna get to do. We're gonna get to go train chest. So now I'm gonna show you some chest workouts. I wanna talk to you guys after this whole thing. So I'm gonna give you a voiceover, but I really wanna talk to you guys about some things that are in the works and really how to maximize your workouts. So stay tuned in 3, 2, 1. So what's going on, guys? So today we started with incline Smith machine press. I still been dealing with a little bit of neck issues in my clavicle, so not trying to move a lot of weight, and I'm finding it's far more beneficial to focus on the actual contraction. So this is a great movement because it reduces a lot of the mobility that would be, impeding on your actual contraction, and instead you're able to really focus on squeezing your chest. I try to do this for 5 sets. The last set's as intense as possible, trying to get about 8 to 10 reps and really squeezing that part of the chest on the top. And now moving to a different movement, I went to a flat dumbbell and my shoulders were kind of bothering me today, so I didn't go as heavy, but instead I focused on the contraction. So this is my first set. I ended up getting up to about 105 pounds for about 6 to 8 reps. I can't remember off the top of my head, but those videos didn't come through as well, so I'm showing you more of the movement instead. You should be focusing on coming down and squeezing your chest to the top. I don't think it does you any good to do this with poor form or to be in a position where you're allowing your ego to take a role, but at the same time really focus on that movement and squeeze the chest. And now to hit the lower part of your chest, which is something that most people neglect, I think that either dumbbell pullover or decline press is the way to go. And so I always do this as like my third movement and really focus the squeeze in my chest. So this is very much so like a pyramid set. So I do about all my sets up, and then the last set try to get as many reps as possible for as much weight as possible. And then I find that the cable cross like this to hit the lower chest is a great movement, especially after decline. I think a lot of people neglect the lower part of their chest, and that's where they don't have the full development that they want. So instead of focusing on a different incline, doing it on a decline I think is the best way to really get the max out of it. Now, I did chest and triceps today, and I think that no tricep workout is complete without cable pushdowns of some variation. I just don't think you can hit your triceps without really doing this. And I think that a lot of times people neglect this, or they use too much weight, or they try to get the momentum in their shoulders. So you can see I'm very controlled, just stretching and flexing my triceps. Now you can do this with the rope or anything like that, but I think that doing the bar is the best. Now, for me, both my arms are a little bit off, so my right arm's bigger than my left arm. And what I've been doing is I've been trying to add more single arm variations. So doing dumbbells is usually what I do, but I've been doing this rope variation for overhead extensions. I've been getting better results, and I feel it more in my tricep rather than my shoulder. So as you can see, I'm stretching all the way and I'm flexing at the top, really trying to maximize this movement. And I think that overall, that's really the route to go if you're having shoulder issues. But for me, I'm trying to burn this out for about 4 or 5 sets, and the last set is 2 drop sets to maximize the movement. And now we're moving on to a easy bar French press. Now, a lot of people, this hurts their elbows. That's because they stick their elbows out and they do too much weight. Now, if you're in a position where your elbows are bothering you, go down in weight and allow your shoulders to move a little bit. So as you can see, I have a little bit of momentum here. My shoulders are flexing, and that's where some of the movement's coming from. So instead of just sitting there with a fixed motion, allow your shoulders to move with you and make sure that you flex your triceps at the top. Do a decent weight, but try to get about 4 clean sets of about 10 reps. And now the last movement I do is always a burnout movement. And so I'm trying to burn out my triceps here. I think that the dip machine is a great way to do it because it's very controlled and isolates your triceps perfectly. So I try to do about 4 or 5 sets of about 10 to 20 reps, just trying to pump as much blood into the area as possible, and make sure that you don't focus on your chest as much or use your shoulders too. So, what's going on, guys? Brian Pickwitz here, and we are wrapping up this video, and I just crushed chest and triceps. You got the voice overlay, and I'm pretty beat. It's been a long day. I'm supposed to do stuff in the morning that I'm probably going to cancel. I had to get my oil changed. But I think that I want to wrap this video up like this. So I was talking to someone who came up to me and saw me working with the camera, and they started asking me questions about YouTube and stuff like that. And I started telling them how my channel's doing, how to kind of figure it out and just what to do. And obviously I'm still new to this. It's tough because I'm like in a position where my business has been going so well, but I'm just so new to YouTube. So I think that's the biggest thing for me, is figuring some of the different nuances about this out at a better pace. But it really comes down to taking ownership. Even when I was here today filming, there were still people who I could tell were uncomfortable with me having a camera in the gym, or there's people who judge you for being on camera, and why does he think he's so special that he needs a camera? And I don't think people understand, and people are never going to understand what you're doing. People are never going to understand what you're supposed to be shooting for, and no one is going to get you more than you. No one's dreams and no one's vision is what yours is. And so you can't expect other people to understand. You just have to do you, and you just have to own who you are. It's funny because this is, 2 years ago, I did my first modeling shoot, and that's how BP Fitness started. And I wasn't going to talk about this yet because it's just, I didn't feel like it was necessary. But what happened was, when I did my first modeling shoot, it was a fitness model shoot, and it wasn't anything risque. It wasn't like I was doing underwear modeling or anything like that. But someone took my picture and they made a meme about me. They made a meme about me, and they called me, gay. And that was fine, in the sense of like, it doesn't affect me, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I'm not, obviously. And so it was kind of like this place where I was existing was, this place where people were really judgmental. But what I did was I repositioned myself. I took that and I used it on social media to kind of build momentum. I said, I screenshotted the picture and said, if you were to do this and I was gay, or I was in the closet, or for instance, if I just had a bad day and that set me off and I killed myself, how would that make you feel? And so that's how I kind of twisted and put it on them, rather than saying, well, fuck you, you're a piece of shit and I'm gonna fucking kick your ass and stuff like that. And I just kind of took ownership of what I was doing, saying like, it doesn't affect me. I know who I am, and I know what my values are, I know where I stand on certain things, and what your opinion of what I'm doing doesn't affect me. And then the next day I launched the company, and it's all been really successful since then. And so my point is that you can't take who you are and allow other people to twist it. You can't allow other people to twist your vision of who you are. You have to own that, and not be afraid of what other people are going to say or what other people are going to do, or not be in a position where other people are going to talk you out of your dream. It would have been really easy for me to say, wow, that was really uncomfortable, and I guess I'm not going to do this because I don't want to be judged. And that level of just stepping into that level of uncertainty and just saying, no, this is who I am. And if you don't like that, then that's fine. You don't have to be my friend. But the thing is, guys, is who you are right now is not who you were, and who you're becoming isn't who you are right now. And so you look at that, and so every time that you're making progress, you're pushing and you're changing who you are. So the person you are right now is not who you were. And so don't be afraid to allow certain people to remove themselves from your life. If something doesn't fit anymore, maybe it's not supposed to, and you don't have to make it fit, and you don't have to save these relationships, and you can allow yourself to just be who you are. And once you own that, I think that it becomes a much more powerful thing, and you can see how the impact that you'll have on other people just blows up. And I'm so blessed because, just me talking to you right now, just this conversation wouldn't exist if I would have decided to do something else. And I'm not putting that on me as saying I've done all these great things, but I'm saying this level of success, or whatever you want to call it, doesn't exist without pushing through. And I think it's the case for every single person who's successful. You have to push through, you have to take ownership, and you have to be in a position where you say, no matter what happens, this is who I am. And so that's my message for you guys. Just take ownership of what you want, and don't back down, because people fucking suck, and people are gonna make you feel like shit, and people are gonna say shit that fucking bothers you, and they're not gonna understand why you're doing certain things. There's been people who, since I started this channel, don't understand why the fuck I'm doing it, and they'll be like, oh, well, you think you're cool because you have a camera in your face, and you must think you're all this special person. They don't understand that there's something that I'm doing that is adding value. It's not about me, it's about what I'm saying. It's not about the body, it's about what the message is. I talk about it as bodybuilding is my thing that I love, but I do it, and I do these things, the business, the videos, I do them because I think that there's a lot of times where I have felt like I needed to hear some things, and those things changed my life. And if I can start to put my thoughts into the world, then that can change people too. So I'm gonna wrap it up here. This is Brian Pickowitz with BP Fitness. I hope you guys got something from this video. I'll see you in the next one. Give me a thumbs up on this video and subscribe to the channel. If there's something you liked here, you have a question about, comment below. But I will see you in the next video. Let's keep making successful gains, one rep at a time. Boom, Zeus.